recently went from Thurmond to Prince on McKendree Road with some friends, which was not easy, by the way. Well, we filmed this video the first week in December, but getting from Thurmond to Prince, if you don't have a four-wheel drive vehicle, I wouldn't recommend go down McKendree Road. Well, except for the stress from Thurmond to Thayer, because there's like 18 families that live in Thayer and they still run the school bus to Thayer, so you could go down the McKendree Road there. But once you get past there, if you don't have a four-wheel drive vehicle, I wouldn't recommend it. By the way, it's going to be a two-part series, by the way, because Thurmond to Thayer is going to be part one, video one, number one. From Thayer to Prince will be in video number two. I filmed a lot of McKendree Road, but I don't think I didn't edit the whole entire road from beginning to end of the video. I just got some of the best parts. Leaving Thurmond, West Virginia, heading towards McKendree Road. If you notice, there's some snow on the ground here. If you pay very close attention to the video here, you'll notice as we get up the road a little ways, there's less snow. Thurmond is deep in the New River Gorge, by the way. And if you follow, those of you who follow me on YouTube probably already know this, but I do film a lot of trains in around Thurmond area and Prince area. It was actually nice coming down to Thurmond and film a train going through Thurmond. There's the old historic buildings on Commercial Road, which is really nice. I'm glad that these are still here. Although the way the Park Service is talking, there's a lot of stuff they're wanting to demolish. Everything on Commercial Road and here at the bottom, except for that one house at the very beginning of the video, where I think I got in the video at the beginning, they're wanting to demolish. They're wanting to save everything at the bottom and demolish a lot up on the hill. Although at least the 3 block buildings, the passenger depots and minor stuff around here will be saved. There's where the road loops around, by the way. If you go up there, you could, on the upper road, you could loop around the other houses. Or, of course, if you go up on the Berry Mountain Road, where it becomes part of Berry Mountain Road, unless you have a four-wheel drive vehicle, you're not going to get very far. This Jeep, by the way, apparently it's four-wheel drive and can go to some interesting places. So we got down McKendree Road, which wasn't easy, by the way. I like to point that out. The first half of the video from Thurmond to Thayer ain't bad. It's from Thayer to Prince where it gets really rough. If you notice the sign that says 2 tracks, it's over a year ago and they removed that 3rd track, and they just recently replaced the signs from 3 track to 2 track very recently. Probably within the past few months, I would say. Thurmond Bridge. Oh, by the way, a fun fact, I'm going to have to redo my walking history video, tour video of Thurmond, because the video corrupted and I couldn't get it to upload. But the Thurmond Bridge, apparently the original Thurmond Bridge was double track. I came across a photo while doing my research of a train meet on the Thurmond Bridge, which I'll include when I redo my walking tour videos. Because I'm going to have to, because I don't know what happened to the video. Basically, the same thing happened when I was in LaGrange, Kentucky. Only difference between here and LaGrange is Thurmond's to start driving my house. LaGrange, I can't get in the car and be there in like 15-20 minutes. That's impossible. Thurmond, you can. LaGrange, I can't remember how long it took. It took a while to get there, I know that. But over there where that wood building is, that's where the Dunglen Hotel used to be. At one time, the Dunglen, built by Thomas McKell. Can't remember the exact year it was built, but I think it burnt down in the 1930s and was never rebuilt. I know it burnt down, but I'm not 100% sure it was out there, I think, the 1930s. Trying to remember for sure. Oh, by the way, where I had to add my own audio in the video. If you hear gaps in the audio where I'm speaking or talking, there's nothing wrong with your phone or iPod or whatever listening device you're listening to. It's just, I'm having to add my own audio. Oh, by the way, if I ever win the lottery, maybe I could buy me one of these cabins here. Honestly, if I ever win the lottery, I'm not going to announce it on Facebook or YouTube. And if I could help it, I won't announce it on the newspaper either, because I don't want anybody to know. But once you get on the McKendree Road here, you'll notice the difference in the snow. If you look closer, the new river is still low, even with all the rain and snow lately. By the way, the New River Gorge, just in case the old don't know this, it's the newest national park in the United States. And a lot more people's coming. I'm going to be rethinking about filming locations, though, because it's getting to a point during the nice weather seasons it's hard to get train videos in Thurmond because there's just so many people around. I have nothing against people visiting the parks and stuff. It's just when you're trying to film a train and there's people everywhere and you're trying not to get people in your videos. Although I've found a few spots in Thurmond where lately that I filmed out in the past that I'll probably start filming more frequent in the future. If you've seen a couple of my recent videos, the coal trains. Because if you walk past the passenger depot towards Stonecliff, like a few hundred feet, most people don't go past the Amtrak station platform. Of course, that sandbar is, there's still a decent amount of people there. Of course, I could easily hike to one of these abandoned mining towns on beautiful days and just sit down there and film trains go by. But I still keep my train videos going. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to do it. That's all. Pop a top again. It's time for one more round. Now I gotta get me a Dr. Pepper while editing this video. That's from George Jones. I remember he sings that song that have sources, which I can't remember all the words to the song, but at the very beginning of the video, he says, "Pop a top again, it's time for one more round." Then he starts singing the complete opposite song. I think it's called I Got Sources since the day I was born. Oh, by the way, where he crossed the bridge over the river, it's not a bad place to film trains. And over the hillside's the ghost town of Stonecliff, which I will be doing videos there again in the future. I haven't filmed Stonecliff lately. In fact, I think when better weather conditions, I'm going to plan a trip on McKendree Road between Thurmond and Thayer and just film all the mining towns along the way. Because you got Stonecliff here in Claremont. Yes, I filmed these places before. I've got oil videos on my YouTube. But that will be my tradition. Those of you that follow me on YouTube, at least once a year, maybe twice a year, I'll go visit all these towns and make a whole series of videos. Well, maybe after a while, let's go do photography work and not worry about the videos because I might get too many videos of these abandoned mining towns. But every year, when the trees get de-leafed like this, I like to go to these abandoned mining towns and do my photography work and film. Before YouTube, it's just photography work. Oh, by the way, if you look closer, there's hardly any snow here. Up through there. Of course, once you get past there, that's crazy how the snow gets. That'll be my part 2 video here. Just for the simple fact that part 1 in part 2, if I made it all one, what I'm trying to say is, I got tongue tangled there. If I put everything in one video, it'd be way too long. Just saying. Yeah, if I could remember all the words to the song, "Take Me Home, Country Roads." If you noticed, just in case everybody noticed, there's Elvis Duck sitting there watching me. I need to punch in Elvis on YouTube just because I'm not familiar with his music. I know there's All Shook Up and You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog. It's only two songs I could think of. And at the end of the day, when the friends are asking me about the songs, You Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog's the only song that came to mind. I know a few of his, or I know the names of a few of his songs, but I'm not familiar with his music. I must say, I'm not familiar at all with his music. And we're getting ready to go past Claremont here. Which is a nice little mining town. Not much left though, but foundations and those big coal silos up here. I definitely need to plan trips here in the future. Because there's so many mining towns on McKendree Road, but it's interesting because if you go the opposite direction to go towards Sewell and Berry and Fire Creek, you have to walk. There's no road connecting those. So you literally have to walk along next to the railroad tracks. And there's a mine shaft. Yes, that thing's deep. You can throw rocks down there and hear the water splash. Well, you can see the water too, and it makes so much noise. It's weird. You throw a big enough rock down there, the water will actually, for the longest time, will make this bubbling, gurgling sounds for at least a minute or two afterwards, which is so weird. And I think we already passed those coal silos, I mean. Maybe. I know we were trying to figure out if there's more towns up through here. Oh, by the way, those who watch this video to the end and watch the whole driving video, I say you're the most loyal of my YouTube subscribers. Yes, there's still a lot more of this video. Just saying. That's the reason I'm doing this in a two-part series. Part 1 between Thurmond and Thayer. Part 2 between Thayer and Prince. But it's amazing the history of the New River Gorge here. I just know that going down from Thurmond to Prince on McKendree Road is extremely difficult, especially in the wintertime. I know that for some reason this stretch of the gorge don't get snow. This is quite common. Well, don't get much snow. What you see here is quite common. It's quite common to have a lot of stretches in the River Gorge with no snow at all on the ground, or very little snow on the ground. And one of the only cars we see on McKendree Road. We do pass 2 other vehicles in that really rough part of the road. And both vehicles, the people are just standing there. Well, actually, one vehicle, person standing next to the vehicle. But I don't think I got that one in video. The second vehicle, the person is just sitting in the truck looking at us. Funny. Of course, this is not the rough part. But fun fact, the coal camp at Thayer, there's at least 18 families that still live there as far as I know. And the school bus still goes there and picks up kids. There's actually enough kids there where they still run the school bus to pick them up. Which is interesting. In another decade or two, I wonder if that will still be the case. When all the kids grow up, will there be more kids there? Will there be more young families with kids? Or when all the kids grow up, there won't be any more kids there? It makes me wonder. I know if you live there, it's a long ways to town, the buy stuff. You got to go all the way to Glenzine because there's a Dollar General in Glenzine. That's the closest place to get stuff. Well, actually, the Exxon station across the road from Dollar General is the closest. I stand corrected now to think about it. There used to be a grocery store between Thurmond and Glenzine, which I just learned about fairly recently. I think I pointed out in my last driving video from Thurmond to Mount Hope. But this is where the road starts up the mountain. I know Stonecliff, which is the first town you pass on the way there, the mine shut down in 1963, I think. I think that's the year it's on the Coal Camps USA. Oh yeah, it's 1963. I think for a minute, I remember reading about it in Coal Camps USA. Claremont, they were mining coal up to the late 1980s, as late as 1988. Although, by that point, the coal camp was gone. I think the mine originally shut down a long time before that. Then it was reopened by a second company in the late 60s, early 70s, and they mined as late as 1988. So that's one of the last towns in the New River Gorge to stay going. Not the last mine in the area, it's just one of the last mines in the New River Gorge to actually close. I'm trying to think which one was the last one. I think there was one near Prince that's in part of the New River Gorge that's still going as late as 1990. Well, that's what somebody told me. I haven't researched to see if that's true, but that's what somebody told me. There was one outside of Prince still going. Oh, by the way, look at this amazing views. And there's an island down there I never knew was there. But then there's a trail that goes to it, so there's a future video for those who are still watching. I'm going to walk that island one day. It'll be a spring and summer project, so it won't be anytime soon. It'll be the near future, but not the immediate future, because it'll probably be at least March or April before I attempt that hike. But there is a trail that takes you to it. I've been on that trail before, but I've never followed all the way to the end. I found out from the friends I was with that the trail practically dead ends across the river from Thayer, which means it's like 4 miles of trail. Because Thayer's like 4 miles from the bridge. Once you turn off the bridge onto the dirt road, it's at least 4 miles. I know it's so weird here seeing no snow when there's all that snow in Thurmond and all that snow in Mount Hope by my house. In fact, except for this stretch of McKendree Road, everywhere else we went was snow. This stretch of McKendree Road and down around the Amtrak station at Prance, there was no snow. And here's where we go back in the snow, a little bit. And coming up, here's the coal camp of Alaska. And then you're in the coal camp up there. I don't know much about Alaska except for it opened up in the late 1800s. And it was a mining town right beside there, but I can't find out when it closed down. If I do better research on these places, I could probably find more of the history. I just need to take the time to research the history and look the stuff up. Kind of like what I want to do for a future video for Mount Hope. I'm going to try my best to find some photos and videos. Well, photos, I mean, not videos, but of Dumluke Creek when it was before and after. There is the coal camp of Alaska, not much less than 7 foundations, a ton of kudzu, and an amazing view of the New River. But I'm getting at Dumluke Creek, apparently through Kill Site and Big Sunk of Mount Hope was rerouted and straightened. I came across one photo in a book I have that shows the original route of the creek, but only shows a small portion of it in Kill Site. I want to see if I can find more information. I'm sure there's not going to be any videos because it's the early 1900s when they rerouted the creek, so the odds of the chance of that being a video available is very slim. Because back in the early 1900s, it's silent films. You had to have a silent film camera that you had to wind up in order to film. If you wouldn't, this lever, whatever you call it, you couldn't film. I found out that back in those days, basically if you have an old car, old truck where you had to roll down the windows when you were filming back then, that's basically what a good way to describe it, because I'm sure people have seen all the vehicles where you roll down the windows. Back in the day, the silent film cameras, that's how they were. You literally had to twist, and as long as you were twisting that thing around, it would film, but once you stop, it stopped filming. And there's a couple of houses. I do wonder if this is considered there a part of the coal camp of Alaska, because I know the towns are next to each other, and it's possible these might be the last 2 houses of Alaska. I'm going to do my research because when the house here with the metal roof in that building, the company, what was considered a company store, was for sale. I don't know if that was a company store or not. I just know they were for sale years ago because I remember them being marked for sale. I bet that I might be wrong, but I'm gonna look. I can look on the West Virginia Property Viewer, then I'll know. As it literally all I have to do is go on the West Virginia Property Viewer, and they'll say what the name of the towns are. And there's where the citrus store, and then part of the water supply for the coal camp at Thayer. That's got to be because you got the two houses, that building, then you got like a long stretch of nothing but woods. So most likely those are the only two coal camp houses from the coal camp of Alaska still standing to this day. Yeah, it makes sense now I think about it. Here you're now officially in the coal camp at Thayer. Lots of old houses. That's quite amazing that you got the town of Stonecliff at the very beginning of the road when you first come off the bridge onto the dirt road. None of the houses are left, but here's a coal camp in the middle of nowhere where you drive like 4 miles and more to get to. And once you along McKendree Road, and there's still a lot of people living there. But yet, Stonecliff and Claremont, which is both in the first mile or so of McKendree Road, nothing is left except foundations and a couple coal silos, of course. And up here's the Thayer Search. The Park Service mentioned something about tearing that down too. I'm hoping they change their minds and don't. I really do. They could. They should if they want rid of these buildings, offer to sell them or lease them to people who are willing to fix them up. Because there are people out there who would renovate them and do something with them and actually save them. I just wonder if the Thayer Search was open back up as a source of people in the community would go to services there. Makes you wonder. Although since the Park Service owns it, it'll never be opened up again, most likely. I think I know some people I could call and talk to about this whole situation of wanting to tear demolish these places. Can't say it'll work, but I do have some connections to some people I could talk to that's in power that might have, well, they could step in, but I have no idea if they'll be able to do anything or not, but it's worth a try. Because I want to see these old buildings saved. Only time will tell, will they be saved or will they not be saved? That is the question. Of course, I'll still go to Thurmond and Prince and film trains anyways. I want to see that company store saved down there at Prince, which will be at the very end of the part two video of driving McKendree Road from Thurmond to Prince. So, well, as general store. If that was demolished, I have a new spot to film trains. But I'd rather see the building saved. I want to see it saved. I'm just pointing it out because I think about that spot in Desert, Ohio, where they demolished that old train station and you got amazing views from the Vauxhall Rail fan cam. And when I went there to visit with Gene Ventures, it was a fun trip too because there was a lot of filming. Of course, White Oak Rail used to film with us, but he don't want to get over the whole fact that we got the Virginian before him. You'd think he'd get over that and move on. He could have he gets the invites to film these trains and railroad stuff and stays behind and would get mad at us, and now he don't want to be friends with us anymore. But if you invite us somewhere and you decline, getting mad over this the stupidest thing. Just saying. Yes, I kicked myself in the butt because I stayed behind and didn't go to G&A Adventures to film the Santa train. But I'm not acting like a 5-year-old over it. I just accepted that I made a mistake and didn't get a good video of it and moved on. By the way, if you enjoy my videos here on YouTube, please like and subscribe to Wallo's Trains for more videos. And there's an amazing view.